Welcome to part 6 on Tommy's speedrun sled. We're going to get it pretty close to running today, but we're not going to fire it today because we're going to be out of daylight by the time we get there. And I don't think you brought race gas.
This week I'll go buy a jug.
All right, so what are we doing today, Tommy? Somebody's been polishing things.
Yeah.
Somebody's been polishing his tank.
We're going to get the fuel tank
Well, he works
mounted.
8 to 5
I know, my job
minutes a day.
He works 8 to 5 on this sled.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 to 5 minutes a day. We're going to get the fuel tank mounted, the fuel lines run, a mud flap on possibly, and we maybe even put the stickers on the back telling everybody what sled this is.
We're going to be one fitting shy on the brakes still. We're going to have that by Tuesday. It's Sunday right now. And then after that, I think we're trying to figure out
The luber tubes in the slides.
luber.
That'll happen today also.
Yeah,
Okay.
Luber
That's-
too.
yeah.
Yeah. Are we going to be able to get the skid back in then?
Yes, we can. After
If we
that
get on the
happens, it can
lubers.
go in. We don't have the right rear wheels yet, but it goes in and out.
Yeah, rear wheels
easy now.
come off and on without taking it out.
All right, my point is we're getting really close to firing this thing.
Yes.
Really close.
Yeah.
I mean, technically we could just put on the pipes and pour in race gas and fire it, but
Doesn't it need the carbs to be cleaned?
clean the carbs.
Carbs.
Rain the carb.
All right, we'll bring you back when we're doing something.
You know what?
All right, it's a busy day in the shop. Not much filming's going on. These guys are rocking and rolling, playing ball with the dogs. Helped a little. What time we got going?
Getting closer on the fuel tank. It's
Tank's in.
place, and we're gonna have two valves.
Two
and
valves.
Running some lines. Just
Why
looking
two
for some
valves?
filter.
Two exits from the tank required two valves.
Two pumps, redundance,
Yep. Gonna be-
and volume.
More fuel is better.
And over here they're putting lubers on the.
We're working on them.
You don't succeed.
And Brad, what'd you do? What'd you do back here?
I shined up that mud flap a little bit.
It's one bolt. It's gonna hold on.
It's for weight reduction.
Nothing lighter than
We're gonna get some nice shiny bolts to replace these because it's a Tommy sled.
All right, she's nice and shiny there, man.
What else? What else? What else? We need a holder here if anyone has one.
I actually think one of those TX spring keys.
That's what we had.
That's what I had.
He doesn't want that friction.
No, it just didn't work properly.
So you're going to do the one with the guide in it? Or
Yeah.
use the aluminum guide?
Yeah. Well, we got to get two filters in this line, but for right now, we'll be able to hook it up, and it should work.
So we're back here at the lathe, and I'm making lube line fittings out of 3/8 aluminum. I guess I set it over there. So turn that down to a quarter because that's the size we drilled through the rails. I'm going to make a hose barb for a quarter on this end, and then I'm going to drill it through with a 3/16 drill bit.
So is that still press fit then?
Nope, we're welding it.
Oh, we're gonna weld it.
That's why it's aluminum.
Aluminum to aluminum.
Yep.
There you go.
TIG weld.
I like the idea. Get her done.
Set your calibrated eye.
That's a guess. I got a measure. .287. Yeah, we should be able to force a 1/4 inch line over that. Let me smooth that out a little bit. Make my Then we're drilling it through. WD-40 is your best lubricant for aluminum, at least in my view. See how nice them chips are sliding? Now we're through. Cool it down. So here's the deal on those fittings. It's probably pretty possible to actually TIG weld them in, but I think what you'd have to do is totally strip the rails, the rubber bumpers off everything, down to the bare aluminum, throw them on your barbecue grill, and bring them up to 500 or 600 degrees Fahrenheit before you try to weld. That way you're not pouring so much heat into the rails that you just vaporize the fitting as soon as you get near it. That'd let you back your amperage way down on the TIG welder. As it was, with the cold rails and everything on them, I had to hit it with like 200 amps to puddle it. Now, you bring that up, 5, 6, maybe even 700 degrees, it's going to be considerably less to put a puddle on the rails and then wash it over those fittings. So, with that said, the solution for the lazy guy is to get some Alumaloy rods. And I'm filming this, quite a few days after we filmed that episode. And the Alumaloy just came in, and I want to say it worked great. So let me show you a couple clips. And later on when you see the ending, well, this happened way after we filmed the ending too. So here goes with the Alumaloy. There it goes. It's not sticking to the rail yet though. Now it is. There it goes. That ought to work. All right, winner chicken dinner. That's way better than blowing this apart so I could preheat the rails to make this work. There we go. Got it hot enough, got the rails to wet out good. She's stuck. Well, let's do some potentially destructive testing, because if they're going to come off, I want to know right now. That's not coming off. Pretty sure I'd bend the fitting before that came off. So once again, that worked awesome, and I highly recommend that Alumaloy rod. I wouldn't use it for something that required a lot of structural strength, like say your rails are broken, you got to weld them back together. I probably wouldn't do that. But for something like this, where you basically just need to glue the fitting down, boy, I'd do it again.
I mean, I suppose if you can.
Dennis, that's incredible.
It turned out really good. We used this chrome pen. Liquid chrome.
Yeah.
This was black. Brad cleaned it. We just kind of cleaned it up a bit.
It's not perfect like it was from the factory, but it's so much better than it was.
And then somebody put this sticker on here.
Oh, we're Digger the Junkyard Dog on a highly polished tunnel closure piece. Nice. Nice. What else did we do today, Tommy? Got a gas tank on?
We have it mounted and we have the lines run. I just have to add fuel filters in the lines, so they need a little more cutting.
Can you explain the two exits, two pumps, to the
redundance.
redundance.
Yeah.
That's the word.
Yep.
Yep.
So 2 pumps, 2
And
filters.
they all tee together.
They all tee together, and then they split into 3 for the carbs.
Yep.
Which
Pretty simple, but it's
not the first. I mean, Articat did that in the mid '70s on some race sleds, just as a fail safe, you know. And other people have certainly done it throughout the years. But you know, in theory, one of those pumps should carry this motor even all the way to the top. I don't know if it's just a Mikuni round pump like you'd find on any Polaris triple, but redundancy is good.
got the fuel tank mounted.
Yeah.
Custom
What else?
straps.
We got 2 shutoffs now too.
Yep.
Yeah.
So double the flow right up until it splits into 3. All right. Cool. Good stuff. All right. So probably a short episode today. I won't know until we edit it. Some progress was made. We just kind of showed you that. The lathe work to make those little fittings was kind of fun. Now, here's the thing. I tried to TIG weld one of those fittings to the rails, and those rails are heavy. They are thick, and every time I weld rails, I'm laying into it with at least 200 amps on the TIG welder to even get them to puddle properly, or at all. I mean, I started at 150 amps, they wouldn't puddle. So, you get that much amperage that close to one of those fittings, and oof. So,
Fitting was gone.
the fitting just, yeah, we couldn't figure out how to really fit in the fitting well, making it out of a 1/2 inch aluminum round. 3/8 worked out well, but not going to be able to TIG weld it in place. So we're working on a backup plan. I'll make another fitting. We'll get it in there for you.
Yeah, it'll work.
Yeah, I don't know how much of that you'll see. For sure you'll see a little bit of the machine work. But what else? What else? Let's see.
Ice and
I guess
coffee.
thanks for...
Iced coffee.
Let's just say thanks to the patrons. You guys are the best. Really appreciate your support of the channel. And, you know, everybody else, the patrons get to see all the videos early. They get some behind-the-scenes videos. They're supporting us. They're helping us out with the beer and pizza fund. So we really appreciate you guys. Everybody else, please hit subscribe. And hopefully we'll see you on the trails if we ever get any snow.